I'm going to the dust is settled. The draft's over. Summer league's going on. Free agents are done. So I'm just going to put mine on record just so if I'm wrong, you can rip me. So I'm just going to tell you who I think the best 10 teams in the league are as of today, and you can hold me accountable to it. Here we go. I think Boston's about number 10. I don't think they can win a championship. I think they lost too much offense. They lost Al Horford, very good playoff guy. They lost Kyrie Irving, their most talented guy. They lost Terry Rozier, Marcus Morris. I think they lost too much offense. So I think they're good, and I think they'll get to the playoffs. I think their chemistry will be better, but chemistry gets you so far. Toronto had great chemistry for years. Then they got Kawhi Leonard and won a title. You need a guy. And so I think Boston's not a championship team, and they're a good team. They're number 10. I don't think the Rockets are a championship team. They kept Gerald Green and Austin Rivers. But in the end, we've got a coach who had to fire all of his coaching staff. We've got an impatient owner. I'm hearing a lot of rumors to keep the team relevant. But we now have a pattern where James Harden is great in January and looks exhausted by May. I don't think it's a championship team. I think the West has gotten better. I think it's a very good team that could win a playoff series, Houston 9. Portland Trailblazers. I think they could be a championship team. They're not today. I think they'd have to move Hassan Whiteside at the trading deadline and get like a Kevin Love player, a 4 that can hit a jumper. Again, they lost a lot of offense. They lost Seth Curry. They lost Cantor, Aminu, Harkless, Myers-Leonard. They lost a lot of points. They still have a great backcourt, and they got a bunch of bigs, but I think they have to move one right now. And I love their coach, and I love Neil O'Shea, their GM. I think Portland's really good. But they got to make a move at the trading deadline to get more points. That could be trading Hassan Whiteside's expiring deal for Kevin Love, something like that to me. Okay, now I think you're going to move up in that top 5, be a championship team. Right now I have Portland at 8. Denver Nuggets. Again, I don't think they're a championship team, but I think they're very, very good, and they're getting very, very close. The Joker is... you know what he is? If Arvydas Sabonis would have played in America in his prime, that's what he is. He can dribble it. He's the best passing big man in the game easily. The best passing guy in his team by a mile. Can shoot it. Jamal Murray's a very good number 2. Deep, excellent chemistry. Probably need one more guy. Denver at number 7. Philadelphia 6. I don't think they're a championship team, but I think they're pretty darn close. They're going to be great defensively. They're massive. But again, it's a shooters league. Like Boston, they let too many points go. I got J.J. Redick. Those are gone. I got Dario Saric a couple years ago. He's gone. I got Jimmy Butler's points. He's gone. Now I got Ben Simmons, who doesn't shoot. They drafted a kid out of the University of Washington who can't score. Embiid's fantastic. Cross your fingers on his health. And I like Al Horford. They built a team to beat Milwaukee and Giannis. They're huge. They're tall. They're physical. I don't think they have enough shooters. I have them at 6. Now I get into teams that I think can compete for a championship. I think Utah's pretty good. I thought Utah was good last year, and I go to Utah a lot, and I talked to Quinn Snyder about this. They needed 2 things. They needed an offensive-minded point guard. They got Mike Conley, maybe the most underrated guy in the NBA. And they needed shooters. And they got a guy, Bogdanovich and Conley. They also, Derek Favors was getting expensive, and they went and got Ed Davis, who's sort of a 90% of it cheaper version. I love their chemistry. I like their bench. I like their coach. I love their backcourt. Donovan Mitchell gets better. They got enough shooters now. I think Utah is a championship team. Again, they'd need a break. They'd need the Lakers to be a little dysfunctional. They'd need somebody for the Clippers to not quite play as well as you think. This is where I think Joy and this is where the Lakers are interesting. A great movie poster. I don't know if they're a good movie. Yes, they have LeBron, and yes, they have AD. So they're going to be a really good championship level, capable team. But there's a lot of guys that can't create, a couple of guys that can't shoot, 2 or 3 guys that are great defenders, 2 or 3 that can't defend, several guys that are too old. I think Rondo's shot. Boogie Cousins, you cross your fingers. KCP's never been dependable. Quinn Cook's too small, but I kind of like him. Danny Green's good, but not if you're paying him 27 minutes a night. I'd like him at 19. They're good. They got LeBron and AD. New coach, who's the point guard. There's a lot of interesting there. I don't see a lot of great. Warriors. Listen, they got to the finals. They were 38-5 last couple of years without Kevin Durant. Yes, Willie Cauley-Stein, they got their big. They got Looney and Willie Cauley-Stein. They got their bigs. They'll get Clay. They already have Steph and D'Angelo. They've got their guards. They're not great at wing. Their bench won't be as good. But I'm sorry, new arena, new energy, Draymond, Looney, Steph, Clay, D'Angelo, Willie Cauley-Stein. I'm sorry. That, to me, is a championship team. And I don't buy into D'Angelo Russell's not going to work. Why does everybody think Westbrook's great in Miami, but D'Angelo doesn't work with this system? D'Angelo Russell's an all-star level player. Maybe not an all-star in the West, but he's good, and he can make plays. And Steph Curry works with everybody. I like the Warriors. Milwaukee. Now, I don't think they're going to be – I don't love losing Malcolm Brogdon. And Wesley Matthews is good, but never been the same player post-ACL tear. But they're young and getting better. So Giannis is just going to get better. Chris Middleton is just going to get better. They have now Lopez brothers. One of them's a good shooter. They have a very good coach. They have a very good culture. And I think in the East, to be honest with you, they're going to win a lot of games by 15, and they're not going to have to play Giannis 82 games. I think Milwaukee is got everything I like. I would like one more shooter. But the East is easier than the West, and I think they can stay healthy, they can rest people, and win 55 games. Clippers, not overwhelming, but it looks like everything fits. I get a great coach. I get a great bench. I get depth. I get Lou Williams can shoot. Patrick Beverley can defend. I get two of the top three two-way players in the league. To me, this just feels like everything kind of fits. Unlike a lot of people, I don't think they should be an overwhelming favorite. Lou Williams is old. Patrick Beverley's got a lot of wear on those tires. Paul George has a history of getting banged up, not being great in great spots. But if you're talking about owner, GM, bench, culture, coach, stars, depth, that's the best team in the NBA, the LA Clippers. There you go. By the way, I only think about 5 teams can win a title. Utah's the last, Clippers are first. So I'm just putting that on record.
I don't have a major problem with this. I do think Boston is going to be better than people think, but I agree. I think you need a guy.
Yeah. By the way, a lot of teams are good, but that doesn't mean, like in the NFL next year, I think there's a lot of good teams. Like Baltimore is going to be good. I don't think they're a championship team.
We're both higher on the Clippers than most people, though.
I don't know how you would not be. I don't understand what's the pushback.
What
don't they have? They have size, shooters, age, youth. By the way, the Clippers have the perfect – unlike the Lakers, they've got 2 or 3 really good young players. They got a young center, a young forward, a young guard. They've got – see, that's what worries me about the Lakers.
And they're coming in with momentum, winning momentum.
Yeah. By the way, all you Laker fans that wanted to give away Kyle Kuzma, take away Kyle Kuzma. Look at the age of your team. Somebody's got to play 77 games. Somebody's got to be in their 20s, early 20s. So I think Clippers have everything. Age, wisdom, size, shooters, smart, team, glue, stars. I think it's a really good basketball. I think it could be, if it all comes together, it could be one of the better basketball teams in the NBA in a long time. I really do. I think you go back to the Miami Heat teams with LeBron, they were small, and Mario Chalmers drove me crazy at point. They really were. They were one of the worst rebounding teams. There's nothing the Clippers won't be good at. They'll be a top 5 defensive team, a top 5 bench team. They'll be a top 5 offensive team. They'll be a very efficient team. There's nothing they won't do well.
I think they have an identity and the Lakers don't, and that's why I'm higher on the Clippers.
Boom. Boom. That's it. They've got an identity. Tell me what the Clippers won't do well. I can tell you some things the Lakers, if LeBron sits the night out, who creates offense? They just got random shooters and specialists. Clippers have more good players. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.